driver's license, registration, insurance. Please turn your car off. Why are you drag racing that Cadillac?
I was not drag racing.
Actually, I do know that you were drag racing.
Both know that I did not speed.
Okay.
You are an absolute liar.
Well, we can talk about it in court.
What's your name?
Officer Brown. It's on your ticket, sir.
I used to really respect this like you.
Please don't dig around in your car.
I'm looking for a pen. Give me the shit. Liar. How do you sleep with these?
Well, you're lucky you're not going to jail tonight for reckless driving.
For what? For reckless driving? Yeah, right. Nice try.
Well, you're going to hurt somebody someday or yourself, sir.
How do you sleep
the way you drive.
I can't wait till you get out of my face. You're despicable.
I feel the same way about you, sir.
Yeah. Disgust me.
Once again, feelings mutual.
Your Honor, we want to start by saying the most important thing here is that Mr. Jones was sober when he was stopped by this police officer and has been sober for 6 months. And that's really significant here. We believe that he was profiled, but that's obviously for another day. The most important is the curfew. Mr. Jones now has a major fight in less than a month. We just would ask the court to at least not impose a curfew at this time.
Judge, when you're on probation, you are held to a higher standards. And Mr. Jones has started to fail at probation, and this is his third chance. So we believe that these incidents are occurring late at night, and if he is to stay in his house later, I think we'll avoid some of these incidents.
I'm going to accept your plea. I won't require a curfew. If you come back, it won't go up. So take this seriously.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
As a man, I've made some great changes in my life, you know. I guess the biggest one being, you know, just complete sobriety.
I've been sober for almost 16 months.
I made you cry in front of the world.
Been waiting for these cameras to stop. Can't stand it.
His kids will ask him about being a champion. But when they get old enough to ask him, you know, Daddy, did you ever beat that Jon Bones Jones guy? His answer is going to be no.
Daddy, did you ever beat Jon Bones Jones?
I'm gonna say, you know what? When I won the belt, I didn't have to. The idiot, he eliminated himself from competition by being an idiot.
You know, right before UFC 200, my manager, Malky, calls me over to his hotel room, and he's like, hey, I want to talk to you, man. I'm like, what's going on? He's like, hey, you're not going to be fighting. I was like, what are you talking about? It's like, you know, you didn't pass your drug test.
It is a small pill he put into his body here in Albuquerque that's caused a big uproar worldwide.
Jones claims he failed his drug test because of a male enhancement pill.
Basically,
what did you take?
So I took an off-brand Cialis pill.
What did that feel like?
I felt like the whole room just came in on me. I couldn't breathe.
Like, is there anything I can do? Like, I'll sign a release and we can just fight. Carry through.
DC, can you explain your emotion when you heard the news?
You know, I'm not a guy that likes to, pile on to somebody. Who am I to be the moral police? You know, I've made a lot of mistakes. I've done some things in my life that are terrible. You know, I've been through a divorce, you know, because of things that I had done outside of my marriage. I'm not perfect. I've done a lot of negative things in my life, but I try to just improve on them as I move forward.
What good do you think can come from it, given the gravity of the situation? I mean, they're talking about 2 years, right?
I feel like I have to reclimb a ladder.
Jon, I'm just wondering, have you had a chance?
You know, I believe that something good will come from this. So they told me that, you know, we're probably gonna strip you of the title and suspend you indefinitely. I said, honestly, I could give a.
Instead of having this poor me campaign, I just learned to say, it.
The U.S. anti-doping agency noted today Jones is not a drug cheat, calling his actions imprudent, also noting he has not only lost a year of his career, but an estimated $9 million.
Are you back, junkie?
I'm back. I'm back. This junkie has you crying.
You're a non. Donkey whoops your ass.
Is this guy gonna mess this up again by doing steroids or snorting cocaine or?
I beat you after a weekend of cocaine.
Wait, I thought that first time was the first time you did cocaine.
Back-to-back weekends. Cocaine one, your ass the next. It was great.
You guys bring out the best in each other, but also the worst in a sense.
I haven't wrecked my vehicle. I haven't been suspended. I didn't get stripped from my championship.
Could someone bring Daniel some Kleenex, please?
Hey, I'm not crying. I'm just sober. For more than 5 months.
Good for you. I'm on a mission to prove to the world that you can get back on your feet.
Guys, for the record, an hour ago, Jon called me the lamest, biggest he had ever met in his entire life. Believe what you want, but he's lying to you guys again.
No, you are the biggest I've ever seen, for sure.
Okay.
You're like a crackhead with a suit on.
I could look like a crackhead with a suit on, but I've never been a crackhead like you, though.
I feel like these days I just take more accountability for my actions and...
This isn't the first time you've told us that, so how am I supposed to believe this guy?
I'm not gonna sit here and bicker with this child about this.
I will learn from my mistakes. That's the thing that I've shown.
Let's make this about Jon's personal life.
No, I'm not talking about your personal life. I'm talking about everything.
Okay.
You don't deserve this.
I'm bitter.
I will show you that you don't deserve this. I'm not bitter at all. But you don't deserve this. I will die to beat you. Know that.
All right. Be prepared to do that.
Jon Bones Jones won his title from DC, Daniel Cormier, but has failed a drug test.
Jon Jones tested positive for turinabol from a sample the day before your guys' fight, of course.
This is a very expensive drug, something that is not gonna just be easily found in a supplement.
This is the third time he did it.
This is a death sentence.
I can't believe it. I still can't believe it. Jon Jones is one of the most gifted fighters that I've ever met, maybe the most gifted fighter that I've ever met.
But then why, Dana?
I don't know.
As far as I'm concerned, Cormier would be the champion. I mean, the only guy he's ever lost to in his whole career is Jon Jones.
Jon Bones Jones, the best I've ever seen. But how are you getting caught? Now, either you're stupid or you're arrogant. That arrogance is his hubris that's undone what could have been the greatest MMA career ever. I agree with Dana, it could be over for him.
Unfortunately, I've had some science stuff happen to me and kind of put me in this position of just being a lost cause or a screw up.
I love Jon Bones Jones, man. He's the best I've ever seen. He's the best in the world, man. And this is not problems. This is trying to get an unfair advantage, if this is indeed true. And it's inexcusable.
I get the belt back. He disqualified himself by taking a steroid before the fight.
Yeah, it might be the end of his career. So to talk about his legacy, it's probably the end of his career.
You have to take personal responsibility.
Yeah, you can call me many things. You can call me a little bit of a party boy or a little bit of a wild guy or a knucklehead, but a cheater is something that I'll never, ever admit to.
Whatever this guy's saying is just he's just terrible, man. This guy is terrible, I'm telling you. He's terrible.
Before, in between fights, I'd be the biggest party animal. Now I'm, in the gym while partying a lot. And it works. It works, yeah. I feel like my best performance will be this next one for sure. Society that we live in, people are able to forgive and forget as long as you show signs of trying to do better and trying to move forward.
I just want to start by apologizing to...
I want to first start by apologizing to...
I just really want to sincerely apologize to
the court,
my bosses, and
all the fans,
all the officers,
to the MGM,
the UFC,
Daniel's fans,
Daniel Cormier,
Commission,
Fertitta,
the Muay Thai community, the Jiu-Jitsu community,
my family,
the wrestling community, the boxing community.
My supporters.
Make a very conscious effort to be a great example and a role model.
Now, for the first time, we're hearing from the woman accusing Jon Bones Jones of battery.
The woman tells officers Jones was drunk and continued to be physical with her after she got out of the reported chokehold.
At the end of the day, we all have done things that we're not proud of and that we've all made mistakes.
The whole situation is so complicated, I'm not even really sure what to say, and this person gets away with everything.
But I also take a bit of responsibility. The way Jon Jones makes changes is by losing to me. I didn't beat him because all the bad behavior still led to success. Why change it?
But you're a pawn in this game, bro. Like DC
Like all of them, bro. You're a pawn in this game.
But police assure her that no one is an exception to the law.
Crime is a crime regardless. It doesn't give him the right just because he's a celebrity.
I'm going to have a great 2020, and it's going to start off by destroying Dominic. I don't know. Hell of a drug, huh?
Hey, Jason.
Hello, sir. Officer Brown, Albuquerque Police. Did you just hear a gunshot?